And the New World Order is involved in a mega, massive psyop to divert us from the massive military actions and build up in the Middle East. Our government, hijacked by foreign banks, looting us $85 billion a month in QE3, QE Infinity, putting Al-Qaeda in charge, setting up secret police here in America, journalists being persecuted, journalists dying, NSA being used on the people. I mean, just the crimes. We ought to do a 3-hour show sometime where we all just talk about the bad things the government's done and the bad things criminal interests have done. That's what our founders did for 15 years before 1775, 1776, but it really started in 1775. They had committees of correspondence where they would list the real crimes of the government. And it's important to do that because the government's always trying to demonize the people, the patriots, the liberty movement. They try to demonize good cops that act like human beings. They try to demonize people that try to bring folks together. I mean, I physically got nauseous last night and today reading people threatening to kill me all over YouTube, all over InfoWars. Go look at it. The Zimmerman family is getting massive death threats on record. If you go to drudgereport.com and Infowars.com, as well as prisonplanet.com, you'll get the widest spectrum. But there are so many instances of blacks, but also with whites, mainly anarchist types, beating up other white people and breaking into businesses and beating up news teams and attacking police cars and looting Walmarts. And cause I've been looking at who it is. It's 80% black, 15% anarchist, maybe 5% Hispanic. And I'm sure if LA starts burning again, it'll be a bunch of Hispanics involved as well, because that's the major population there. People just, use something like that. The criminal element that's in all groups will use something like that. But I mean, if this doesn't get stopped real soon, if the police, I said this on Saturday night when it happened, I said it Sunday, and I said it right through yesterday, that, well, I said on Friday, you're going to see Zimmerman get off. I think what he did was stupid, following somebody around with a gun. I mean, if I saw somebody breaking in a car, I'm going to call the cops. Just because it's a car, it's not worth having to kill somebody. I don't want the trouble, quite frankly, and I don't want to have a confrontation. Chances are they'll pull a gun. Now I'm in danger. But if I saw somebody carjacking a car with a family in it, I'll be honest with you folks, I would like a gorilla. I mean, go over there without, even if I didn't have a weapon, I would attack somebody. I mean, that's just how I am. If I see innocents being attacked by people, I will attack them. And you can call that stupid. I can't control myself. But if it's somebody, stealing your car or whatever, it isn't worth killing them. It isn't worth you dying. Even though legally and lawfully in most states you can kill somebody doing that. That goes back to the Old West, where if you stole somebody's horse, you might die. So I could see how that was the death penalty to steal somebody's horse, because a horse might be a year's wages. And if somebody stole your horse, I mean, they're trying to kill you. You're going to be left out there in the middle of nowhere with wolves and coyotes and the natives and everything else. But I got to tell you, I mean, I've never seen anything like this. This is even worse than how the media played up the whole Rodney King thing. I've never seen the media trying to create racial division like this, and I have never received this many death threats. I mean, go to Infowars.com. It is probably government provocateurs, most of them, but some of them are probably real, putting really nasty stuff up there about black people. And then there's black folks putting up nasty things about white people. And then there's Alex, why are you posting this like I'm doing it? I mean, this is what happens when you don't have censorship going on. It is a free-for-all on Infowars.com. But by the way, I was looking on other big message boards. It's a free-for-all everywhere. I don't have the staff to have 20 people in there controlling all the stuff that's going on. By the way, they're going to use stuff like this to censor the internet. France has already passed laws to basically not allow message boards and to arrest people that run message boards that allow anybody to say something racist. But then it's all going to be selectively enforced as well. You've got all these black leaders in the new Black Panther Party saying rioting is what's needed, and now they're calling it protesting. I love how Alan Dershowitz is... I love how just all these people are trying to stir this stuff up. I'm sitting there looking at all these news headlines. But it just goes on and on and on to watch this happening. And then you get this whole gangster thing that the politically correct people don't know what to do, where it's so popular in gangster culture to be really viciously anti-homosexual. And I don't mean saying, hey, it's a dangerous lifestyle, hey, you know, don't push it on, you know, young people, whatever. I'm talking about, you know, saying, hey, George Zimmerman, you know, deserved to get problems because he was a gay child molester and all this stuff. That's the kind of stuff being said by the friends of Trayvon Martin, like Gentel. Warren Zimmerman could be gay rapist. I mean, just this type of bizarreness that's going on out there. And then when it's these politically protected groups, they're basically allowed to do stuff that nobody else can get away with. I mean, just like calling white people cracker heads, cracker thises, cracker that's. I guarantee you, folks, if I was putting out the tweets and things that some black celebrities are doing, I would be arrested. I mean, there are people calling for his family to be killed, calling for him to be killed, and no one's getting in trouble. Because that's not free speech when you say, we need to go kill somebody. That's a call to action. And I don't like the fact that they're setting up a politically correct system where whites are held up as the devil, and then whites get nitpicked. You know, it's code words to say Obama's from Chicago. No, it means Obama comes from a gangster government. It doesn't mean anything to do with black people. When you say Chicago, the crime capital, people, you know, call Rahm Emanuel the Godfather. That means mafia, organized crime, Al Capone, Valentine's Day Massacre. So whites can't talk about Chicago because that's racist code word, but then you can call white people the equivalent of the N-word all day long, and it's supposedly okay because whites are inherently bad. And this is what the social engineers have set up. To them, race is just a way to control people. I want to get your take on all this. 800-259-9231, 800-259-9231. And remember, all of us are being forced GMO, vaccines, chemtrails, weather modification, open borders driving down wages, Fukushima radiation, 2 years raining down on us. Our government, $85 billion a month to foreign banks. We're being raped at every level. All of us are under attack. It's not the 1%, folks. More than 80% of the world's wealth, look it up, are controlled by 6,000 superclass, according to the head of the Kissinger Group. And I agree with Rothkopf's analysis. And we did the math a few months ago on air of the amount of wealth they control. 6,000 people, if you divide it into 7+ billion, it comes out to comes out to 0.00000, 6 zeros, and then I think it was 26, or was it 23? It's not even 99.999999999999999% of us. It's 0.0000026, or was it 23? We got to do that math again. We did a whole math equation and showed graphics of this. I mean, this is insane. We're all being hit with this, and I want humanity to succeed. I cannot get any black people, except my listeners that happen to be black, excited about the fact that 50+% of blacks never get born. Or that 63% of the abortions in Texas and 65% in Florida and other states are minorities. And it's like, oh, shut up, crackerhead. You know you're racist. And it's just like, what? It's a eugenics operation. They're chemically murdering us, biologically murdering us. We're under a social grid to dumb us down. We're all in this together, and the globalists are taking a case that might be wrong, might be right, reasonable doubt, and making it, projecting it onto all of us, like every white person's George Zimmerman. And every black person's Trayvon Martin. And now, this is mind control. Just like every gun owner killed the kids at Sandy Hook. They said, gun owners, it's your fault. You heard that. And now they're saying, gun owners, it's your fault Trayvon died. Man, don't you put that guilt on me. Don't you say I did that. I didn't kill those kids at Sandy Hook. I didn't go out there and shoot Trayvon Martin. How dare you get on my site and say you're going to kill me? You think I'm scared of that? I'm scared of the type of animal manipulation against different groups of human beings by the globalists to have us at each other's throats. And I'll tell you who I'm really scared for. If the disarmed minorities in these big cities ever think you're going to come to the suburbs, did you ever know it's your racist, big liberal bosses that took your guns away so you could be free game to be killed? Did you know if you ever came out in the suburbs of the countryside to burn down the white people's houses, do you have any idea what would happen? It's not going to be white people that are going to be dying. You already had your guns taken by the Ku Klux Klan. That's why you don't have guns in New York and Chicago and LA and DC, because they don't want black people having guns. You understand that? That's the racism right there. If you had guns, if the good people had guns, you wouldn't be getting fed on by your own people in your cities. That's a civil right.
Now you can watch The Alex Jones Show live as it happens at Infowars.com/show.
You'll find links to all of our content there and a free 15-day trial for Prison Planet TV.
More than 60 movies and documentaries all in one place at Infowars.com/show.